Hello, my name is Joe Richter. I'm a real estate broker and an associate broker with Keller Williams Realty. I am licensed in California and Oregon. I prepare monthly reports that look at the market trends in 14 communities from Newport through Irvine, Trabuco Canyon, and out to Ladera Ranch. These reports can be accessed on our website at joe-richter.com under a navigation link named Market Trends Monthly Update. Each report focuses on a specific community or neighborhood. The goals are 1. To establish and monitor home values, 2. To define the market type as either a seller or buyer market, and 3. To set reasonable expectation for days on market, the period from listing to getting an acceptable offer and signing a contract. We use a lot of data in this analysis to prepare the tables and charts that you will be looking at. These are also available at joe-richter.com under a navigation link called Predefined Community Listings. The drop-down list shows all the communities our sellers and buyers have asked us to provide quick access to. These are live dynamic links with up to the minute, up to the second, accuracy. More accurate than Redfin, Zillow, or Realtor.com. This report focuses on Newport Beach, Harbor View area, single-family homes. It covers a period from January 1st through May 31st, 2020. The monthly headline is New Listings Jump Dramatically and Contracts Written Rise Slightly. The good news is there were 26 new listings in May. Plenty of willing sellers. The bad news is there were only 9 contracts written. Not enough buyers to absorb the new inventory. The result was standing inventory increased sufficiently to let this market segment in Newport Beach slip into buyer market conditions. More on this later. The Newport Harbor View East Bluff area market is currently a buyer's market with 4.4 months of inventory. Chapman University defines a buyer's market in Southern California as being 3.5 months or more of inventory. With 4.4 months of inventory this month and a decent 2.6 months 30 days ago, we have seen a 70% increase in year-over-year monthly inventory levels. This is due to a normal number of new listings, but a very low number of contracts, creating a lower than normal absorption rate. We monitor the active listings to provide insight into trends that may be developing that impact home values and inventory levels. There are 54 active listings. There were 34 in our last report. Note the large increase in the number of units on the market. There were 46 new listings over the past 90 days. 33 of those homes are still on the market. There were 26 new listings during May. There are 3 essential steps in selling and buying a home. They are new listings, which reflect a willing seller. Contracts written reflect a willing buyer. And closings is the execution of the technical aspects of the purchase contract by the buyer with his lender's cooperation. Compared to 2019, new listings are down 36%. Contracts written are down 30%, and closings are down 5%. As noted earlier, new listings are down 36% on a year-over-year basis. The Newport Harbor single-family homes market had what could be considered a normal number of new listings in May. Contracts written are running 30% below the same period in 2019. Both January and February in 2020 were stronger than the same period in 2019. March and April fell far short of normal. May made a feeble attempt at a recovery. A review of the graph will show 2019 was by far the best year of the last 5 for Newport Harbor, which indicates 2020 was going to be a great year. Pay close attention to the blue line in this graph over the next 60 days. It will be the forecasting tool of any changes in market type. Any chance of getting back to a seller's market will be first indicated right here on this chart. Closed sales are only behind 2019 by 5% for the same period. This is largely attributed to 2020 starting off with great January and February results. Home values are understandably the most important subject sellers want to talk about. The Newport homes in the East Bluff Harbor View area are down 7% compared to 2019. But that could be considered good news because that is where they have been since February. We like consistency in the market. The average price of the current active listings is $3,052,000. The range of the current active listings is from $1,025,000 to $5.5 million. Recent closings are used as the key metric to determine pricing in appraisals and CMAs. Depending on the amount of information available, a look-back period of 90 to 180 days is typically used to obtain sufficient data to make the appraised value estimate. We always use a 90-day look-back period in our reports because our markets are robust with plenty of transactions, and the shorter period reduces the distortion seasonality has on the data. For instance, looking back 6 months now would mean we have November and December data in our assumptions. That would be totally irrelevant information in today's market. Over the past 90 days, 23 homes have closed. 16 of those closed below revised asking price. 5 closed at revised asking price, and 2 closed above revised asking price. Days on market, DOM, is the time from activating the listing on the MLS to getting an offer accepted and a purchase contract signed. As listing brokers, we always advise in a normal market the DOM time should be 30 to 45 days and strongly suggest pricing accordingly, properly. The DOM for all active listings is currently 94 days. It was 120 days in our last report at the end of April. To be clear, the drop in DOM is not related to a faster sales pace. It is unusually affected and is directly attributed to a surge of new listings that have been on the market less than 1 month. We should point out the DOM for the homes that have closed so far this year is 63 days. That means those early sales were occurring at a much faster pace than the sales that are occurring now. Inventory levels are the primary determining factor in defining a market type as either a seller's or a buyer's market. Chapman University defines a buyer's market here in Southern California as being 3.5 months or more of inventory. The current inventory level is 4.4 months, making this Newport market segment a buyer's market. It was 2.6 months in our April report, a seller's market. That's a 70% increase in inventory, monthly inventory. The 90-day supply is 4.8 months. It has doubled from 2.4 months. To be clear, according to Chapman, once a community is in a buyer's market zone for 6 months, prices often start to soften. At 9 months, there is a clear decline in home values. To aid in forecasting, we monitor 3 measures of inventory. The 90-day trends will give us a sense of a surge in new listings or contracts written. 90-day inventory rose by 25%. Year-over-year inventory helps measure how steady, dependable a market is. Year-over-year inventory is down 31%. Monitoring the month-by-month comparison lets us check for abnormalities in the seasonal trends. May 2020 compared to May 2019 is down 30%. We get the data used in these reports direct from MLS. We have a bunch of saved searches, so we're always comparing the same data set. We put the raw data into our proprietary statistical models. No one else has this presentation. Because we have the saved searches on the MLS, we have prepared links for each community on our website so you can see the public-facing information in our reports for your neighborhood and all the others. The map on the prior page and these thumbnails are on that link. These thumbnails provide summary information. You can see the full public-facing information by clicking on any one of the thumbnails. The raw data we get is sorted into tables to help make our analysis. This table shows the current active listings, and note how we run checks for outliers to determine whether DOM or last list price may be outside the normal standard deviation range. The tables on this page and the next show the closings so far this year. Notice again we are looking for outliers for DOM, CDOM, list prices, and close pricing. In the next 2 pages there are several original list prices highlighted in red. These are outliers. They are outside the normal range of the data. This is page 2 of the closings so far this year. Okay, what you've been looking for. Here is the last bit of detail. This chart shows the value range of the closings. The red dots represent the close price. The gray dots represent the original list price for the same transaction. Notice most of the gray dots are above the red dot, indicating a price reduction either during the listing or negotiation. However, there are gray dots that are below the red dots, which show a price increase, probably negotiated during the contracting phase. In closing, we would like to say thank you for patiently listening. We have tried to make this a high-level explanation of how the market is evolving. If you need help with your real estate needs or just have questions about forbearance or prices or DOM, anything at all, please contact me. The team I work with would love to be of service. Again, thank you very much.